Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little bit late this evening and a little bit not quite 100% ready. But welcome to Sunday Night Live. My name's Kelley Farley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Karaka, Auckland. And every Sunday night I come and we make a card together. So tonight we're going to make one that I've seen on Pinterest, but the most recent was a demonstrator in America called Melissa Faust, and so I thought, oh, that's a nice easy one, but really effective, and she had some really easy measurements to follow, so I didn't have to go searching for them. Sorry, I've just got notifications coming up on my screen. Right, so I don't have one made. So I've had a class this afternoon, and three lovelies come along to do class with me. So it was a fancy fold class, so they go a little bit longer than normal, and so yeah. But here we go. Let me just flip you down so that we can get started. Hi Helen, enjoy your dinner. Alright, so we're going to use the Lily Pond Lane Designer Series paper. So I've already cut out some pieces, some little ducks out of that, and I'm going to use these two pieces. Hi Maureen, these two pieces as my card. Now I've chosen this one for the front because it's not really directional, so it doesn't matter if I do them round the wrong way. So we're going to start with a piece of what is this? I've gone blank. Pretty Peacock. Alright, and we're going to use this at 4 1/8, or if you're doing metric, 10 1/2. So it's half a piece of A4, and then we need to cut this way at 9 1/2 inches. 9 1/2 inches is 24.1 centimeters. Alright, so hi Andrea. Oops, what's going on here? Oh, nice. Hope the weather was nice for you in the Hawke's Bay. So we've got 4 1/8, which is half of our, or 10 1/2, which is half of an A4, and then, what did we say, 26.1, or, sorry, 24.1 centimeters long, or 9 1/2 centimeters, 9 1/2 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring it in, and I'm just going to use the inches to do the scoring, because it's, so 1 inch, which is what, 2.5 centimeters, 2 inches, it's funny, 2 inches is 5.1, weird, 2 inches, 5.1, so we're going to then rotate it, do the same thing, 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters, and 2 inches, or 5.1. I guess that's how we get 15 point, or 30.5 is 12 by 12 really, isn't it? And just a little tiny bit each time. Alright, so we're just going to pop this. So I haven't cut anything tonight. I'm doing it all with you, right from scratch. Then this one here. So you end up with this. Okay, that is what we end up with. So that's our card base. Then what we need is to use this again, and we're going to, because we know that half of our card is 10 1/2 by 14 point, I'm going to go 14.9. I usually go 14.85. I'm going to go 14.9 just because I don't want it to be short. Oh, that's right, it's not, because that's 5 1/2. 5.5 inches. So 5.5 is actually 14. So I'm just going to trim that down now. 5.5. I forgot that was not the full. Alright, so this one here we're going to cut in half along this way. Sorry, you're not actually in my camera, are you? How's that? I'll move this out of the way. So our piece here, this is going to be our puzzle piece that goes on the front. So this piece here we need to cut in half. So it is 10.5 centimeters or 4.4 1/8. So we're going to do 2 1/16, which is, what is that? 5.2.5. It works out, doesn't it? So we're going to slice it there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it 45 so that we've got it portrait, and then we're going to cut at 3.5. Now these measurements here, where I'm cutting, they just, you choose, basically. You choose how much of a puzzle. So you're going to end up with, if we're cutting this at 3.5, this other piece is going to be 2 inches. Alright, so that's all we've got. So we've got 4 pieces like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to switch that way and switch that way. Okay, so that's going to form the front of our card. So now what we want to do, so if you were to look at it, that's our piece there. Okay, like so. So what we need to do is we need to cut our designer series paper, and they're going to go on here. So we cut these at 2 1/8 or 5.25, and then 3.5. So I'm going to go, I don't want a really big mat, I'm going to cut my paper, and because it's non-directional it doesn't matter which way it's going. I feel like you're really close, but maybe not. Okay, so we had 2 1/8, so I'm going to go 1 15/16, or 4.9 if you were doing centimeters. So I'm going to cut 2 of those. And that's all we need from there. I'm going to cut these 2. It needs to be 5.5. So it was 5.5, sorry. So I'm going to go, let's just cut the panels. So this gives us how much of a mat? A really thin border. So I'm going to say, we went 3.5. I'm going to say 3 3/8. Our first one. Let's have a look and see. 3 3/8. Right. So let me cut this one. 3. So 3/8 is 8.6. Or it's just 3 lines after, or it's an 1/8 before half. Okay, so then those are our 2 pieces there. This one we said was 2. Now we need to make sure that we keep our width, because these are 2 and that way, and this way they're 2 1/8 or 2 1/16. So we're going to go 2. So let's go 1 7/8, which is 4 7.5. Let's see how clever I am. Can I get 2 at the same time? Keep those for something. You'll be able to make a card with them. Let's hope I've cut them the right way. Nope. There we go. Okay. So that's our front. Let's glue them down while we've got them in the right place. Alright. So pop that one there. Nice and centre. That's the wrong way. That way. So you do just have to watch this smaller piece, either that or cut it at 3 1/4 and oops. Nope, I was right the right first time. 3 1/4 and 2 1/4. Oh my gosh. And then this one. So just to make it easy for yourself. Alright, don't overcomplicate it because it's actually quite an easy card. So I'm going to pop those out. Right, inside here I want a piece in here. So if that's 5 1/2 by, so if I go here, what's on the back? Oh, if I go this way, 5 3/8. Yep. By 4. Let's try that. Oh, that did kind of work. I wanted to keep some of those ducks and not cut them in a weird way. So that's going to go in the middle there. And then I'll have a piece of white. It's quite satisfying opening a new packet of cardstock, isn't it? Does everyone else feel like that? You open a new packet. Right, so I'm gonna go here. I'll just cut this in half. I want to be able to see the paper that I've put there, so I'm just trying to figure out what would be the best way just to give you space to write and then also still see the paper. So I might go down just another little bit. 3 1/2, so I did. So this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Yeah, 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Right. So let's pop this down. I need to get another glue. If anyone is close by and wants to do a bit of an order to get free shipping, I will be popping an order in on Tuesday, just a little one, but if you're wanting some bits and pieces to save on shipping, because it has to be a minimum of $100, then you can let me know and I can add it to mine. I'm just going to be getting some adhesives because I'm running low. Oh, I should have stamped on this first. Alright. Yeah, so just let me know and I can add it to my order. And then you can collect from me. Alright, so this is our inside of our card. This is the outside of our card, how we're going for time. Alright, so these pieces here are going to go here. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue. If you're not a glue person, that's okay. Use whatever adhesive you like. So I'm going to pop this one here. And it's going to go right up to the edge because remember we cut a piece. Don't have it too close. But I like to use, actually let's use the trimmer. I like to use glue because it gives me a little bit of wiggly space. If I put that this way, just trying to get it so that the corner goes in. Alright, so then we'll come over this side for that one, and we're going to use our smaller one. Now make sure we get it going the right way. There, that one. Block there again. Blocks are not just for holding stamps. They are for holding things in place. Right, so that comes back a bit like so, and then we can move the block there. You want to just make sure that you hold it down a minute or two, just so that you get like the glue gets tacky and it adheres to the oops. This is why we don't put too much glue on, because it goes everywhere, and then that means it's also on my trimmer. Alright, so now we've got that, and then we're going to pop the other ones on, and these ones go here, and again, let's put a block here. I don't know if that one's going to be heavier to hold it, but also not be in our way. So we're going to push that right up against the edge of our trimmer, put a bit of glue. The problem with, now this time we've got our short one here, so we're going to use our long one. Alright, so our long one here, butt that up against there, and then against the edge. Let's put that over there, and then that means that we have this little piece here. And just remember to move it around. I wonder if that goes that way. Yeah, not really. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to move it around. Can't remember which way it went now. That way. And we're going to pop that on there. So just going to move the blocks over the top of the glue part. Hold that down. Alright. So now we can, still a bit sticky. If you have an embossing buddy, you can grab that and just go over the stickiness if it's too much, if you don't have a rubber. So then when you open it like that. And then it's closed, it goes like that. So we're going to pop something on the front there just to kind of, but before we do, I'm going to just open this up a bit. And, oh, we could put a piece of this in here. Here we go. Maybe it could go the whole way. Or does it look a bit naff? Look a bit naff? What do we think, ladies? Or do we... So what did we say that was? 3 1/4. So 3 1/4. 3 1/4 is 8.2. So these need to be 4.1 centimeters. So I want them to go like that. So I'm going to cut there, and I'm going to cut the top and the bottom at 4. What do you say? 8.2. 4.1 centimeters. I know this is confusing going between metric. 3 1/4 is actually 8.3. So I'm going to go 4.3, just so that I've got a little bit of wiggle room if I mess that conversion up. And then this can go, yeah, it is a little bit long. That's okay, I can take a couple of mils off that. Did you go on holiday to the Hawke's Bay, Andrea, or was it for running again? Ladies are very quiet. I'm just not measuring that, I'm just doing it the width of the cutting track, so hopefully that's going to be enough to... And that and that. Oh yeah, close to perfect. So there is always a way to use our scraps. Don't think, oh, that's, can't use that. Now you couldn't even tell. I also had some little ducks cut out, so I was going to pop that on there. So he looks like he's swimming in front of the, put that there. Hokey tokey. Cute little ducks with their ducklings with their mama. Alright, and then we close it like this. So what we're going to do is, do we do white? Well, let's do that one. And there's those dies. Not too big, but we'll use, oh wow, that sounds exciting. Timing, nope. If I go bigger than that though, so that. I want that one to stem on because I've got all these ducklings, so I need that one to be the white one. And so is that the same? Yep. Yeah, that'll fit. Okay, so these are the Spotlight on Nature dies, and I just want to do it really quickly and run it through my little machine, so I need to cut the paper a bit more. That one, white, oh yeah, that's alright. That one only just fits in the trimmer, in the machine, so we'll cut that as close as possible. I suppose if 99% of your weekends away are running and you enjoy that, then it's still nice to go away, isn't it? Go inside the plates. Right. So that is our first one. I actually really like the fluted edge of these. I like the cutout ones too, but I think the fluted ones just look a little bit sweet. Those over there. Out the way. Okay, don't fall. Alright, so what we're going to do is we'll get these out. Oh, nice. It's always nice if you can go back where you're from and see people that you know. Makes the time enjoyable, doesn't it? Rather than just feeling like work all the time. And Palmy's not far from Carterton, is it? Not Carterton. No, not Carterton. Whited Upper. Oh, should have got rid of those first. I put little holes in my fluting. Okay, so we need a sentiment. Let's do happy birthday. And let's do Simply Said. Because it's a nice easy one. Alright, so I'm going to pop that like that. Oh, should have done a different colour. Ooh, what about the pink? Pink, pink, pink. Have I got one to fit it? Ducks are not usually my thing, I have to say, but they're quite cute. I thought Masterton, yes, sorry, I just knew I was like in the general vicinity, but not quite right. Sorry about that. So thank you to Helen from Australia and Andrea for doing one of last week's cards. It's nice to see people crafting. It's always so easy to watch this and buy stuff and not do anything with it, you know. So it's really nice to see people working with our products and enjoying what I share. So thank you very much, I appreciate that. And I know it's not all in everyone's ability to buy the products all the time, so doing classes or something like this to use up what you have. Alright, what do we think? Pink? I'm thinking pink. I think that gets lost too much. I think pink. And that's going to hopefully hold that together. So on here, am I going to stamp on here, or am I going to put some ducks and some weed? Maybe that, and then that on top, and then making use of another one of our scraps that we used when we were stamping. Let's do happy birthday. I did this on a card the other day and I really liked the effect. Stamping happy birthday on a strip. And then let's celebrate. Let's use peach pie. Not a colour I use very much. Peach pie. Like so. Clean that in a minute because we're well over. Oh no, Lisa, I hope he's okay. I know how much you... Is that your little kitten one or is that your big one? Okay, if you lift it, because I don't want to put my head right over, but if you lift and if you look directly in there, you'll see that you won't get, you must have it on my fingers, that you won't get, you can cut your little bits really close. You'll see that the sentiment is in the track or not in the track. So that's why I was lifting it up. Sorry about that. Getting the reflection in your face. Alright, so I don't need that. And I don't need that. Get rid of that. Oh, poor little man. Okay, so let's glue this down. Center. I'm going to try and hide that bit. So we'll pop this down with some glue. Oh, come on, you're new. Why are you making it difficult for me? Not too much because it'll ooze out the side. So I'm going to pop some up here. And I have actually left some without glue on it, just to kind of give it a bit more of a impact. Go a bit higher. And that one. And then I'm going to put my duck here. I'm going to use dimensionals. Get rid of that. And then a couple of little ones. Oh, I hope he's not too badly hurt and it doesn't cost too much at the vet's tomorrow. It's always like, yeah, that feeling in the pit of your stomach every time you have to take animals to the vets because you know it's going to cost a fortune. Alright, so when we put this on, we are only going to put it on these two. Alright, so we're going to open that up and it's going to go here. And what I might do is I'm going to put that center. Now I so I'm going to pop it on with some dimensionals. So I'm going to put a couple here, and I don't have any big ones out, so I'm just going to pop a few little ones there and a couple there. I'm using a lot because I should have gone and got some full size ones, but I've gone over time and I don't want to keep you too long. So take all of them off, close your card back up again. Alright, here's a block if we need to, so we get it nice. So we want our duck to be upright. Oh, I've just squished his. Usually, Lisa, this one, no. Yeah, usually it is, and one of the ones I did today in class, I was like, oh, that won't take very long at all. But it took us most of the time. And then the other two were just like super speedy. But I forgot about, I'd messed up the measurements to start with, and I had to recut it, and then we had quite a bit of colouring. So, but that's okay. That is totally okay. So I'm going to put happy birthday and maybe here. Happy birthday. Oh, maybe I need some pink underneath that. Don't be lazy, Kelley, and put the lid on your glue. Right, because that's why it won't start, because the nib is clogged up. So I'll pop that on there. Is it because you're deciding on papers and stuff, Andrea, do you think? I think that takes the longest time, deciding what one you're going to use. And then, especially if you're making it specifically for someone, you kind of takes a little bit longer because, you know, you're trying to think of things that they like. Which is really nice, but it does take longer to do your card. And actually tonight I didn't make a card, but I did have a photocopy paper mock-up. So I had a little bit of an idea. Happy birthday. Yes. Happy. Thank you for sticking with me, ladies. I've got 3 watching now. I know that I do appreciate it. I know your time is precious. So I appreciate you sticking by. It doesn't feel like hours after doing the class that you post a card up, Andrea, though. That's good though, isn't it? Oh, so do we need peach pie behind there? Yes. I think that's a really good idea. I think that is a very good idea, Andrea. That is a great way to use your designer series paper. I was saying to the ladies today, because we did a fancy fold class, and one of the papers was Ah, I didn't realise that that meant that you had been doing it since 8 o'clock. And I said to them, I have to force myself to use other papers because I just really like the latte, a little latte paper that I did. I had a class a couple of months ago with, and I just really like the paper, and so I keep going back to it. You know how there's one that you just keep going back to, but actually I need to use others. So that's why tonight we're using ducks. Not usually, although I do really like Pretty Peacock. I don't usually. Yeah, I won this one at Stampin' Up on Stage, which is like a conference, and I was like, I mean the colours were okay. You're not my. It's probably better than fruit. Fruit would not be one that I'd be hugely happy with, but I did get some of that, and I do quite like. What did we? Oh, it had a really nice background, and I have used it, I have to say. I've used the fruit as well, the lemons and oranges on a card, which I surprised myself because I was just using the blue side of it all the time. So, okay. Let's celebrate. Okay, happy birthday. Let's celebrate. And then we've got... Thanks, Maureen. Yeah, it's quite cool, eh? It's called a puzzle card because it looks like, when it's put together, it looks like, oh, how would you open that? Oh, I should have moved this over. I just had a thought. If I move this over and take that one off, put it over that way a little bit, if it'll stick, I could use that as like a little latch. Oh, didn't really work. What about if I do it up here a bit more? No, not really. But there you go. So that is our puzzle card tonight, ladies. Thank you very much for sticking with me for so long. That was a good 45 minutes, although I was a little bit late, but not like, I was waiting for my phone to start. So that is our card. I would love to see if you have a go at it. I'd love to see it. Please do share it on my page or send me a message and let me know if you're happy for me to do it. So when I said that I was making one with paper, this is what it looks like. Just little bits of paper. Unfortunately, can't be used for much else. But yeah, that is our card. So thank you very much for popping in and staying with me tonight. And I will post a picture of this up on my page shortly, and would love to see your creations should you make one. Yeah, sometimes my trimmer just really doesn't like paper, and it kind of gets ripped, and yeah, it's always good to have something like that as a template. You have a great week as well, Maureen. Thank you. And I will see you all next Sunday. Thanks for joining me. Have a great week. Bye for now.